lily. So I want you to pull in your paper with your tiger lilies. Now, I'm going to use Timid Tiger on mine, but if you want to do a stargazer lily or anything else, feel free. I've given you 2 images. One is your practice, one is for your project, but if you like the way both of them come out, you can certainly make another card on your own. I have some colors here that I've pulled in. So we have our Darling Duckling, Strawberry Slush, Timid Tiger. I also have Pretty in Pink, Parakeet Party, Granny Apple Green, Shaded Spruce, and the Ivory and Bronze, and my Color Lifter pen. Use what you have. So the first thing I'm going to do is just start to get some light Timid Tiger down. Now it's good to have a piece of scrap paper so that you can swatch your colors. And all of that. So I put that down. Now I'm gonna take some light Darling Duckling. I'm just gonna kind of streak it through the petal. You're not gonna see much of a difference, but it will add some dimension in there. I like to do that. If you don't like the way it looks, just don't do that part. Now I'm going to take that dark Timid Tiger and I'm going to do some shading. I'm going where the dots on the petals are and darkening them in, and then where the lines are, I'm going to bring that down too. Some here on the edge. Okay. No, I think I'm going to leave that light for a minute. We can always go back. Now we're going to repeat the process on the other petals. Now, if you want, you can certainly start with the Darling Duckling to give it more of a yellow, streaky look, and then go around it with your Timid Tiger. And this is where that scrap paper comes in, because you can play on your scrap paper, see how you like it, and then apply it to your project. I love to mix my colors and streak different colors through other colors and see how it lifts the color and how they blend together. It's just one of those things. Now I went ahead and I looked online at some tiger lilies, and really you can have a lot of variation in your flowers. I even saw one where it looked like it was red dotted on the inside instead of the yellow or orange. So it might be helpful to go online and Google some lilies to give you ideas. I'm going to streak this through my insides as well. Now remember, when you are coloring, do not strain your eyes. If you get tired, take breaks. We're not a marathon. The great thing about this class is it is pre-recorded, so you can stop and start the video, rewind if you need to, and really take your time and enjoy the process. You know, I've been thinking a lot about the red. Okay, I pulled in Poppy Parade from my, and we're just gonna try it. I kind of like that. What do you think? I'm gonna just, in the inside of the flower, put some as well. And let's see what happens if I do it before we color it. This is what the process is all about, right? Just kind of playing with your pens. Don't be afraid. You can always, you know, go back and change it, or that's why I give you two. I just like to experiment. This is the dark. Oh. I need a light. I just like to experiment and see what we come up with. Now, is this a tiger lily you would see in nature? Maybe, maybe not. But that's okay. As long as you're happy with your creation, that's all that matters. Remember to move your paper so it's more comfortable for your hand when you're coloring. How is everybody's weather today? We are sunny and warm and windy here. Not crazy windy, but it is blowing pretty good. Okay, I'm going to streak some of that orange in there. I will go back in with my yellow and clean it up. Remember to take your time. I know I go pretty fast. I just was built like that, guys. My brain goes fast, so does my hand and my mouth. But what are we gonna do? Okay, so now I'm gonna take that Darling Duckling and go back through, push the colored ink away from where I don't want it. darken in the insides, go over that middle. I really like that. I think we did something with that little bit of Poppy Parade. Let me clean up my mess here. Okay, now for this, I'm gonna go in with some Granny Apple. But if you don't have that, you could use Old Olive. I believe this is the dark. Yep, dark. And I'm not really blending as much as I'm just filling in at this point. Now, see where I made my boo-boo? I am not fussed about it because I have that color lifter. And I'm just gonna use it like a little eraser and push the ink back to where I need it to be. Such a useful tool. So what's a TV show that you guys are watching? I know this isn't a live video, but you can certainly drop a comment. We have been watching The Last of Us, and it's a TV show based off a video game about a zombie apocalypse situation. So heart-wrenching. Swear. We watched an episode last night that came out, and I was just crying like a big old baby. Hits you in the feels, definitely. That's the problem with apocalypse movies. They get you invested in the characters and everything, and then they kill them off, and it's just devastating. It's like, why? My goodness. Okay. I'm gonna go in with some light Parakeet Party. And just kind of streak it through. It's the same thing I did on the lily petals. It's just mixing those colors. It kind of gives it a streaky effect. And then I'm just going to clean it up, and we've got our tiger lily done. Remember, when you're using the color lifter, put a little down and then use the tip of the pen to push the ink where you want it, okay? Because we're not so much erasing it as we are just using fluid motion to get that color where we want it. Will it where you want it, that's what I'm saying. Okay, now that we have our tiger lily colored, we're going to go ahead and trim it down. So cut it kind of close to the first petal. And I'm going to make mine a little skinny. You can center your tiger lily and trim it tight, or give yourself a 4 by 5 and a half. No, 5. We'll say 5 inches. let me show you my example. So I trim this down. I cut this to 5 inches by 3 3/4 inches to make the mat, okay? Now for this card, you are going to need your Timid Tiger card base. So we're gonna go ahead and give that a fold down and a nice crease. Now I sent you some woven texture paper. Go ahead and glue that down. You can pick whichever side. I like the darker, but that's a personal thing. And this is matted pretty tight, so you're only gonna have about 1/8 of an inch showing all the way around. Then we're gonna take our Timid Tiger, and you can go ahead and pop this up if you want, or just glue it down, that's up to you. But you're gonna wanna center it. Try to get it straight. That's why I like using liquid glue, gives us a little bit of wiggle room. Okay. And I gave you some of the new pressed flower motif dots or gems, whatever you want to call them. And we're just going to dot these around. They really go well with the color story, I feel like. Isn't that pretty? So on this one, you could totally stamp like a little hello somewhere on the paper, or a small sentiment. I wanted my coloring to show through. Now for our card insert, I sent you a little strip of that paper. Go ahead and put that on the bottom. And then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna stamp the same sentiment inside. Voila. And throw that in. Okay guys, we did it. 2 cards done. I hope you had a great time. I know I did. In the meantime, until our next blender, go ahead and work on your Darling Duckling coloring sheet. Until next time, bye.